Hi everyone, good evening. I hope I'm audible to you all. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to this live session. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So, this is your faculty, Harpreet Kaur. Um, Today is day 4 of us meeting here on YouTube for solving questions together. Um, Welcome to all my dear students who all are preparing. So, all my students who are preparing for their MA entrance or MSc entrance examinations, especially IIT JAM Economics, GATE Economics, CUET PG Economics. We are we have started solving questions together for your preparation so that you can prepare well. I specialize in quantitative economics, and hence I come here daily. I solve questions. I teach you the concepts also through which you can do those questions. So I hope you're liking these sessions. To get the notification of all those sessions, subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And also, I have been telling you that the PYQs I'm doing, if you want those PDFs for free, so you can also go to our app, you can download it, and you can get the PDFs for free. तो आज we are doing a little change. आज थोड़ा सा change कर रहे हैं. We will be doing questions, but those questions will not be from PYQs, but they are self-curated. They are curated in such a manner that basic to basic or advanced to advanced portions of yourself are covered. So something which I'm going to share today, something which I'm going to teach today is a part of our course. So whatever I teach there, whatever questions we give to our batch students, same wahi questions I have brought here for you guys, which I will be solving. ठीक है, सेम वही क्वेश्चंस को I have brought here जो मैं आज सॉल्व करने वाली हूँ. तो be in the live session, बी हियर. आप लोग भी आंसर करो, बी इंटरेक्टिव एज वेल. आंसर करने की कोशिश करो, साथ साथ पढ़ेंगे, मजा आएगा और भी ज्यादा. और जैसा कि मैंने कल भी बताया था, समथिंग हैपेंड टू द वीडियो. जैसा कि मैंने कल भी बताया था कि इवन इफ यू विश सम इवन इफ यू विश टू फॉर मी टू टेक सम स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस, आप चाहते हो मैं ये वाले क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करूं, तो आई शेयर द नंबर yesterday, आई विल शेयर इट अगेन टुडे इन द लाइव. आप उस पे व्हाट्सएप करके यू कैन व्हाट्सएप अस ऑन दैट नंबर एंड देन आल्सो यू कैन टेल कि प्लीज सॉल्व दीज क्वेश्चंस एंड आई विल बी टेकिंग देम अप. Hi, hello everyone who all are in the chat box. Amit Kumar, hello. Okay. Chalo, let's begin with our session. All right. I hope you can see it. So today, as you all know, is day 4. It is day 4 of solving the practice question for your stats and econometrics. Let's get into the session and start solving these questions. So we are on day 4 of solving practice questions which are useful for IIT JAM Economics, UAT PG Economics. आज जो questions I have brought, those are common to both of the exams और वो थोड़े universal questions हैं. जैसे in day 1, day 2, day 3 हमने जो questions किए, वो questions ज़्यादातर IIT JAM के थे. But the questions which I'm going to do today, वो CUET PG में पूछे जाते हैं. ऐसे ऐसे question जो आपकी universities के exam रहते हैं या बाकी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम जैसे हमारे रहते हैं मद्रास स्कूल और अदर इंडिपेंडेंट एग्जामिनेशंस और शोका यूनिवर्सिटी, आईआईएफटी, ऑल ऑफ दैट. तो वहां पे भी इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. हाय आशीष, वेलकम टू द सेशन. सो आई कैन सी मोर पीपल हैव जॉइंड जस्ट नाउ. So, welcome everyone. Good evening. So, let's begin with our session now. Okay. Chalo, let's begin now. Okay. I hope my screen is visible, na? All right. Now, this is a document from the class students. ये class students का document है. So we gave them practice questions in our class. We give practice question to our student जिसमें वो लोग practice करते हैं questions की after when we are teaching them. So as you can see, this is a PDF of 70 questions currently. ये 70 practice questions का PDF है which we give to our students और ये MCQ questions है. So I thought कि why not to share a piece directly with you? Why not to share something which I teach to my students on a regular basis as well? So let's solve this. लेकिन आज के सेशन में what I want is क्योंकि आज questions ऐसे हैं which are very quick. I'm going to do those questions which will be very quick, which will not take much time to think. So I want you to be as interactive as possible. Okay? So let's begin. Okay. Now, question number 1, as you can see on the screen. If two events A and B are mutually exclusive, then which of the following is correct? Then which of the following is correct? Now that's what you have to tell me here. Then which of the following is correct? Now, what do we mean by mutually exclusive? What do we mean by mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive basically means that when there is, okay, that when there is nothing common, the intersection of A and B is zero. It is a null set. That is mutually exclusive. That is, they have nothing in common. So whenever we talk about mutually exclusive, if we see this A plus B means A union B. So whenever we talk about mutually exclusive, we have to take A intersection B equals to 0. So A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. This is true. ये true है. Why is this true? Because what is the formula of probability of A union B? The formula is probability of A plus probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Now, because these are mutually exclusive, the union will be equal to this. Probability of AB is equal to probability A into probability B. So basically, this is written here in order to confuse you. Confusion लाने के लिए. So what happens is that when A and B are independent events, तो वहां पे we use this formula that probability of A intersection B is given by probability of A into probability of B. तो ये confusion के लिए था. ठीक है? Probability of AB is never equal to probability of A upon probability of B, and this will also not be true over here. Because why is this not true? What is the reason? Probability A given B is a conditional probability. Over there you divide and not subtract. तो ये तो formulas ही गलत है. तो option A is my correct option. So not only this, but you can also read a detailed answer when we are giving you practice question. तो जैसे ये है, events are said to be mutually exclusive when the probabilities of event A and event B is 0. The probability of intersection of them is 0. But for mutually exclusive event, the probability of A or means union is the sum of individual properties. Mathematically, it can be represented as this. So option A is the correct option. I hope this is clear to you. This was basic question. So we are today doing conceptual questions as well. थोड़ा सा हम focus रखेंगे आज conceptual questions के ऊपर. Now coming to question number 2. Let's do it here. Question number 2. Which of the following option is correct for measures of central tendency? Now, what are your measures of central tendency? Mean, median, mode. So, the median can be calculated from a frequency distribution for with open end intervals. Can you do that? Yes. So, when you have open end intervals, because median ke liye, what do I need? What do I need for the median? First thing is I always need to work with the cumulative frequency I have. then open end intervals भी होंगे तो I can still create the interval limit. Open end भी होंगे, then also I can create the upper limit as well as lower limit. I can calculate that from the next class. So this is possible. Median calculate कर सकते हैं हम open end के लिए. During the calculation of the mean, the values of all items are taken into consideration. Yes. So mean is a central tendency measure which is based on all the observations. It do not exclude the observations. The median is more affected by sampling fluctuations than the arithmetic mean. Even this is true. Now, why is this true? अब देखो ये सारे जब भी ऐसे questions आएंगे, where you can see so much high amount of concepts are involved, right? ऐसे जब भी questions आएंगे तो उसमें क्या किस problem से बचना है? What you have to be saved from? कि सारे options जो हैं they will be confusing. कि समझ नहीं आएगा कि whether it is completely true or whether it is completely false. Confusion feel होती है हमें. तो वहां पे क्या करना है, वहां पे क्या चीज बचाएगी? What will save you over there? The concept clarity. Concept clarity आपको बचाएगी. If you're conceptually clear कि ये चीज हो सकती है या नहीं, then you can solve these questions. जैसे कि अब when I told you कि median is more affected by sampling fluctuation than arithmetic. What does this mean? कि when my sample will fluctuate, तो median will be more affected, which is true. क्योंकि median is a measure which is dependent on the location. It is dependent on location. क्योंकि median क्या बताता है कि if this is median, तो 50% observations are on this side, whereas rest 50% are on this side. So if I change my sample which I'm taking, तो क्या होगा? Median will shift either to left or to right because placement change हो जाएगी median की. I always have to get 50% on both sides. But arithmetic mean में क्या होगा? इतना difference नहीं आता because arithmetic mean is the average value. तो वो average out कर देता है. But yes, if you take extreme values, तो तब वहां पे arithmetic mean जो है affected होगा. So all of the above are correct. So you can even read the explanation from here. आप ये यहाँ से भी read कर सकते हो. The greatest advantage of median is that it can be calculated without any difficulty from grouped frequency with classes of unequal width. Unequal width maybe you can calculate or open-end classes. The median is more affected by fluctuation than arithmetic mean and hence less reliable because of that. The arithmetic mean is stable as regards to sampling fluctuations. If many samples are drawn from the same population and each time several measures of central tendency are calculated, it will be found that AM fluctuates less from sample to sample. तो ऐसे if you read these description, detailed solution, तो आपकी revision हो जाती है. ठीक है? That's what you can do. Now, next to this, let's go on here. This is a very simple question. For a standard normal probability distribution, the mean mu and the standard deviation sigma are. Standard normal distribution में it is always fixed कि mean 0 होगा and standard deviation 1. So mu 0 and standard deviation 1 is the correct option. This is the very direct question. इस पे no explanation I think is needed. Because what is the standard normal? So normal. So for example, x follows normal distribution. So normal distribution say we always, whenever we have to do hypothesis testing, we have to work with PDF, we have to work with CDF, है ना? So what do we have to do? We have to convert our normally distributed variable into standard normal. What is the reason? Because it's easy to work with the test statistic or the PDF of standard normals. ठीक है? तो ये एक reason होता है. Interpretation, working with that becomes very easy when you work with standard normal. But what is the difference between standard normal? So standard normal is free from the units of measurement. So for example, if you have x which is normally distributed, अब इसको कैसे convert करोगे standard normal में? So how will you do that? x minus x bar, the mean of x, divided by standard deviation of x. So when you do this statistic, which is x minus x bar, I have standardized that. This follows standard normal distribution. This follows standard normal distribution. So standard normal में हमेशा mean 0 or standard deviation 1 will be there. All right. Now moving on to the question number 4. Question number 4 पे let's move. So question number 4 is little that question जहाँ पे you will have to use little analytical skills. तो ऐसे questions भी आते हैं. These type of questions can be seen in papers such as GATE Economics या फिर where advanced statistics such as if you are preparing for ISI वहाँ पे. If A and B are two events such that twice of PA is equal to thrice of PB, where PA probability of A is between 0 to probability of B, which is further less than 1. So, of course, both the probabilities have to be between 0 and 1, but this has been conveyed that probability of A is less than probability of B. And twice of PA is equal to thrice of PB. Okay, now which one of the following is correct? So you have to find the correct one. अब ऐसे questions में I can tell you maximum student in question को skip कर देते हैं. Why do they skip? They first think as soon as they look at options, they will start thinking it is going to be difficult. ये तो मुश्किल ही होगा. समझ में भी नहीं आ रहा कैसे करें. How do I even start here? So due to all these reasons, they usually skip such questions. But you don't have to do this. आपको ऐसा नहीं करना. Because if I show you the solution of this, अगर मैं करके दिखाऊं इसका solution, you will yourself see how easy it is. अब before thinking about solution, एक बार ये options देखो. Just have a look at the options. What are they saying? Option A में they are saying probability A given B, conditional probability, is less than probability B given A, which is further less than probability A intersection B. These same three things are just given with different inequalities. तो यहाँ पे A intersection B smallest, then B given A, then A given B. यहाँ पे they change the order. So तीन चीजें हैं. Probability B given A, probability A given B, right? And probability A intersection B. ये तीन चीजों का sequence इन चारों options में दिया हुआ है. तो मुझे बस ये पता करना है कि कौन सा sequence correct है. And since these two pieces of information are with me, मुझे सिर्फ इन pieces को use करना. So where can I start with? I can start with this statement that twice of PA equals to thrice of PB. Thrice of PV. अब इसको, now listen to me. What is the formula? देखो यहाँ पे probability A, probability B की बात की है, लेकिन in the option A given B, B given A intersection B. What is the formula of probability of A intersection B? Do you know that? Do you know that? Anyone who can tell me? Who can tell me? Probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. तो इस to find probability of A given B, मुझे probability of A intersection B चाहिए. इसके लिए मेरे पास यहाँ पे lead है. I have some clue for it. Likewise, probability of B given A के लिए भी मुझे probability A intersection B चाहिए. And here तो I need it. So I'm first dividing it with probability A intersection B. Why I have done that? Because maybe by doing this, I can get to this number, isn't it? क्योंकि probability A given B क्या है? A intersection B divided by probability B. तो maybe I'm trying to find that out. Hit and trial सोच लो एक बार के लिए. So I did this. अब इसको just do the inverse. So what are you going to get if you do the inverse? Probability A intersection B upon twice probability A equals to probability A intersection B divided by thrice of probability B. Can I write that? Yes. I can write this thing. Yes. If you take 3 to the other side, 3 times probability A intersection B divided by probability A and twice times probability, I have taken 2 to the other side, A intersection B divided by probability of B. Now this is the formula of, what is this the formula of? I think the second thing will be hidden behind this, na? So what I have done is 3 ko I have taken to this side in multiplication or 2 ko is side. That's only what I have done. I will write this here so that you can see it. Isko I have written here. So what I've done, 3 को I've taken other side, divided by probability A, और 2 को I've taken other side. And probability P in divide equals to. Now what is this the formula of? This is the formula of probability B given A. B given A. And this is the formula of twice of probability A given B. अब कुछ तो रिलेशन आ गया मेरे पास एटलीस्ट. Something I have got. तो इसको how do we proceed here? Now let's see it here. We have this all. देखो. So we have come at this conclusion over here. यही आया था हमारे पास. This is what we have got, isn't it? 3 times probability A intersection B. So I'm reading this. I'm comparing this with this step over here. 3 times probability A intersection B divided by probability A is equal to this thing. So we got 3 times probability of B given A. 3 times probability of B given A. 2 equals to 2 times probability of A given B. Yes. So what ratio can I derive from here? If you read this, what ratio can I divide from here? Isko I have to only solve further. What will I get? I will get probability A given B with respect to probability B given A is equal to 3:2. What does this clearly imply? This clearly implies that probability A given B is going to be greater than probability B given A. क्योंकि I can see in ratio A given B is greater. A given B is greater. So I can clearly see that. अब मुझे एक बात बताओ. Just tell me one thing. If I'm saying कि probability A by B, probability A given B, that is equal to probability A intersection B divided by probability B. अब tell me one thing. Which will be greater? A intersection B, probability A given B. A intersection B will be greater, isn't it? Isn't that going to be greater or smaller? What do you think? Just tell me the answer. Anyone, I want you to try this. एक बार सोचो, just tell me, what do you feel? I'm waiting for your replies in the chat box. Just tell me this thing. A intersection B will be greater or smaller? That's all what I am asking you. That's all what I'm asking you. Whether A intersection B की probability will be greater or smaller than A given B. Anyone wants to try? It will be greater. Okay. We have one answer. Good try, Khushi. Okay. Now understand one thing. It will always be smaller. Why it will be smaller? Because understand one thing very carefully here. When you try to find out, now just listen very carefully. A intersection B is the probability that the event is happening from both A and B. तो पहली चीज तो यहाँ पे the area available to you, जैसे this is A, this is B. So the area available to you is going to be smaller. Probability A given B just means that I am finding the probability A when B has happened. When B has happened. So probability of A is going to be greater than the common, na? It's going to be greater than common. Isn't it? Getting my point? Getting my point here? Even if this is not making you clear, just understand one thing. What relation they gave us? क्या relation दिया था उन लोगों ने हमें? सबसे पहले in the question, they gave us the relation that 2PA is 3PB. They have given us 2PA. So they gave us twice of probability A equals to thrice of probability B. Thrice of probability B. Okay, this is the relation which they gave us. Now from here, understand. Up what relation you are getting? Twice of probability A by B is equal to thrice of probability B by A. अब A by B में एक तो intersection I have और उसके बाद what do I have? I have probability B. Probability B from here will be equal to twice 2 by 3 times probability A. It will be equal to this thing. तो probability A intersection B किसके equal आ गया? Probability A given B into twice of 3 probability of A. Now can you see one thing? कि यहाँ से अब just think mathematically. Since probability A given B is a number between 0 to 1, probability of A is a number between 0 to 1, 2 by 3 is a number between 0 to 1. So when you're multiplying three numbers which are between 0 to 1, तो क्या होगा? The product will be even smaller. ठीक है? Because 0.5 into 0.5 क्या होता है? 0.25, which is smaller than 0.5. Getting the point? तो इस वजह से this will be the correct. So we will get a relationship that probability A given B is greater than probability B given A, which is further greater than probability A intersection B. So according to this, which option will be correct here? According to this, B will be correct here. Option B is going to be correct here. Is this clear? So Khushi, you gave the answer. I hope that's clear. That how it is smaller. Now let's see. If A and B are two events such that probability A is 0.5 and probability B is 0.6, but probability A intersection B is 0.4, then what is the probability of A complement union B complement equal to? What is first thing, what is union? Union hota hai probability whether it is complement or not. It is equal to probability of A complement plus probability of B complement minus probability of A complement intersection B complement. अब probability of A complement तो clearly given to me क्योंकि 0.5 ये है, probability of A is 0.5, तो A complement will be 1 minus probability of A, which is again 0.5. Probability of B complement क्या होगा? 0.6 है ये, तो B complement की probability आ गई 1 minus 0.6, तो 0.4 हो गया. But what about A complement intersection B complement? Can I write that कि ये 0.4 है तो वो 0.6 है? Can I do that? Can I do that? Yes, I can do that. वो सही है. It is okay, correct. So 0.9 minus 0.6, 0.3 is my answer. That's how you do it. Now how come इसमें बस एक confusion जो students को mainly होने का chance है, वो I tell you. Now have a look here. Oh, have a look here now. देखो, we are talking about probability A complement intersection B complement. अब if I make a universal set here, अगर मैं ये universal set जो है, if I make this is your A, this is your B, let's say. So first of all, what is A complement? We have the value of A intersection B. This is 0.4. This is 0.4. A intersection B, this is. अब वहीं पे इफ आई टॉक अबाउट A complement intersection B complement, A complement intersection B complement. So what it will be? What is A complement? A complement is this entire area, which I'm shading in blue. Basically everything outside A. Everything outside A. What is B complement? अब B complement क्या है? What is B complement? ये मेरा set है B. This is my set B. इसके बाहर का सारा एरिया. Now what is common? What is common? Can you see? Common क्या है आप? What is the common area where I can see both the blue lines as well as the green lines? That's my common area. Oh, last time I drawn blue also. Oh. So how can I find this? How can I find the intersection of this area? What is the intersection of this area? That's the next question. What is the intersection of this area? That is this. So one में से if I subtract that, I'm going to get it. ठीक है? Now moving on to the next. Question number 6. Which of the following is not correct? You have to tell the false statement, not correct about normal distribution. Statement 1 says the curve is not bell-shaped. The biggest property of your normal curve is this, कि it is bell-shaped. It is bell-shaped. ये bell-shaped होता है. तो how can this be true? ये तो true है ही नहीं. ये तो true है ही नहीं. The curve is not bell-shaped, so this is a false statement. Remember, they are asking you to choose false statement. ठीक है? इसमें अब I will tell you the probable mistake area. The curve is symmetrical about the line x is equal to mu. So yes, symmetrical matlab, what is that point? So normal distribution is always symmetrical. Symmetrical means the mirror image. So basically at a point, what happens is 50% area lies to the left and lies to the 50% lies to the right side of that curve. Okay, and same. So if you have, let's say 2 here, तो ये -2 हो जाएगा. For example, I'm taking. So what is the point where it is symmetrical? It is symmetrical at the mean mu. So this is a true statement. अब what they are asking, which of the following is not correct? तो हमें ये बताना है कि not correct कौन सी है. So इस question में confusion का point है कि I have to tell not correct, but option में the correct word is used. The correct word is used. So सबसे पहले find what is not correct. So not correct आ गई statement 1. So because statement 1 is not correct, so only statement 1 I will be choosing. तो इस word पे मत जाना, correct पे. They have asked you to choose a statement which is not correct. You have to choose that. So only one is correct. Only one is correct means that only first option is going. Only first statement is not correct. So it is that. So option B will be my answer. Clear हो गया ये? तो इस टाइप से these type of words can confuse you. तो अभी तक 6 questions में what we have realized till now कि words can also confuse the interpretation और आप confuse होके because of this you can make wrong decisions. This is what can happen. ठीक है? चलो. Now let's move to question number 7 for the day. Which of the following is not one of the properties of normal curve? तो आपको वो you have to figure out the option which is not a property of normal curve. So it is perfectly symmetrical about the mean and is bell shaped. ये दोनों चीजें सही हैं. So as we have drawn the normal curve, so it is symmetrical. It is symmetrical around the mean, about the mean, or symmetrical है और bell shaped है. So this is true. It can have 2 modes. तो 2 modes नहीं होते. This is completely false. Normal distribution में there is 1 mode. As you can see, this is a bell shape. So wherever the peak is highest, वहीं पे mode होता है. So bimodal नहीं है, only unimodal. The mean deviation about mean is 4/5 of standard deviation. तो normal distribution में actually we do this thing कि till मतलब mu plus sigma, that is standard deviation, mu plus twice of sigma, ki what percentage of the area lies toward that. So yes, mean deviation is about mean is 4 by 5 of standard deviation. This is true. Mean median mode equal है तीनों. This you can see because यहीं पे this distribution is symmetrical. Symmetrical मतलब 50-50 में divided है, तो median भी हो गया, mean तो ये है ही, और since the highest peak is reached here तो ये mode भी है, तो इसलिए option D is also correct. So option B will be my correct answer because this is not the property of normal curve. ठीक है? That's what you have to choose. Now moving on to next. Let's leave this. These are something repeated. Let's do something else. Okay. Coefficient of skewness. So you guys can find very simply using the formulas. Let's take up some econometrics based. Achha, so this is relationship, as you can see here, correct relationship among arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. So these type of questions do come. So you have to, you can see that these सारे questions क्या है, conceptual है. Like over here they are talking, they are asking you things about skewness. यहाँ पे they are talking, they are asking you कि mean is greater than mode और mean is also greater than medium. ये किस में होगा? जहाँ पे positive skewness होगी. So what is positive skewness? जहाँ पे your curve is right-tailed. तो इसमें what happens? Mean कहाँ पे आएगा? Where will be the mean? Positively skewed में mean, where will be the mean? Where it is mostly scattered, average value. Mode कहाँ पे आया? Here, highest value. Median आ गया यहाँ, तो mean आया यहाँ पे. Let's say mean. ये आ गया median. So mean is bigger. और यहाँ पे आ गया mode. ठीक है? So it happens in positively skewed. लेकिन ये सब concepts you have to do. अगर आप नहीं करोगे ये सब concepts, तो फिर वही बात है कि दिक्कत फील होगी, right? Then you will feel problematic. क्योंकि डायरेक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट से क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, हमने कॉन्सेप्ट को अच्छे से नहीं किया तो हम आंसर नहीं कर पाएंगे या ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा हमें सेम क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने में. ठीक है? नाउ the two coefficients of regression are 0.05 and 1.8. The coefficient of correlation is. Now, what is coefficient of regression? That's my question. Anyone would like to volunteer for the answer here? What are coefficient of regression? So coefficient of regression means, so let's say I'm regressing y on x. So coefficient of regression means yi. How do I write my regression model? Yi equals to beta 1, the intercept, plus beta 2, xi, plus mu I. So the value of beta 2 is my coefficient of regression. Okay? So I have been given two coefficients. So whenever you're given two coefficients, always remember it is about direct regression and indirect regression, inverse regression. So if I'm regressing y on x and x on y, so when can I do that? First thing, I can regress x on y, y on x interchangeably only when I'm working with a univariate model. Univariate model means that I only have one independent variable. So this is possible. This is possible only when you have one independent variable. If you have more than one independent variable, let's say x2, x3, you cannot run a direct and indirect regression, or उस case में ये question will not be valid. तो यहाँ पे when they are saying you कि coefficient of regression are this, so it clearly means कि I'm regressing y on x and x on y. So let's say from one regression you get from y on x, let's say you get the regression coefficient. I'm calling that as beta hat y on x, and from here beta hat x on y. So you have to find coefficient of correlation. Now, do we have any relationship directly? Yes. So when you multiply these coefficients, beta hat y on x into beta hat x on y, you get R square. R square is your coefficient of determination. Coefficient of determination. ठीक है? So if you take the square root of this, you will get coefficient of correlation. So R is your coefficient of correlation. ठीक है? So can I do this? Can someone tell me the answer? What answer am I going to get here? Can you tell me that? जल्दी से बताओ. What will you get when you multiply these? 0.05 into 1.8 क्या आएगा? 5 into 18 you can take. So this will be 90 upon 1000. So what will this be? क्या आएगा ये? 0.09 आ गया. अब 0.09 का स्क्वायर रूट ले लो. That will be 0.3. क्योंकि 0.3 को मल्टीप्लाई करके देखो. What do you get? 0.09. So 0.3 will be the answer. Clear? I just simply multiplied them and whatever answer I got, I took it square root. 0.09 ka square root you have to take and it will be 0.3. So 0.3 is the answer here. So that's how you have to solve it. Now let's take 1-2 more questions. Now which of the following is false? Let's take this. So what are they saying? Which of the following is false? When the value of the correlation coefficient is 1, correlation coefficient R, the two regression lines coincide. Yes, this is true because we have just seen. Dekho, if R is 1, so R square will also be 1. If R is 1, so R square will also be 1. So what is R square? Beta hat yx, beta hat xy. ठीक है? If this is 1, what does this mean? This means beta hat yx is equal to 1 upon beta hat xy. तो एक रिग्रेशन ऐसे जा रहा है तो दूसरे एक्सेस में देखो यहां पे if this is x, this is y. Now I'm regressing y on x. अब जब when I will regress x on y, if I do this here, when I regress x on y, तो it will be, how will it be? 1 upon that है. तो 1 upon भी ऐसे ही चला जाएगा क्योंकि मैंने एक्सेस रिवर्स कर दी. तो when I plot this y on x, x on y, तो if I plot this in the same graph, तो this is y on x. ठीक है, ऐसे चला गया. x on y कैसे आएगा? x on y डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में क्योंकि 1 upon समथिंग था. तो दे कोइंसाइड. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर. ठीक है, कोइंसाइड का मतलब एक ये भी होगा. देखो कोरिलेशन कोएफिशिएंट इज 1. व्हाट डज दैट मीन? दैट मींस द x and y आर perfectly correlated. So either I regress x on y or y on x, I'm going to get the same regression. All right. Now after this, what do I have? I have regression coefficients are independent of the changes of origin and scale. Ab regression coefficient means your beta 2 hat, the slope coefficient. It is independent of change of origin. If I change the origin and of scale. This is false because if you change your scale means if you multiply x with some weight, like yesterday I told you w1 into y kar diya, w2 into x kar diya. This is scaling. I'm giving some weightage to x and y. Maybe instead of running regression of y on x, I'm doing twice of y on thrice of x. तो उस केस में beta 2 will be affected because beta 2 का formula होता है summation xi yi upon summation xi square. So obviously it will be affected. Now coming to the next. The sign of regression coefficients are always the same. Yes. ऐसा नहीं होगा कभी भी कि if you regress x on y, you're getting positive sign and when you regress y on x, you get another sign. नहीं. X, the regression coefficient shows the sign of the regression coefficient shows the direction of relationship. तो it shows me कि वो positive relationship है या negative है. ठीक है, तो sign of regression coefficient हमेशा ही सेम रहेगा. अगर वो y on x में beta hat yx is positive, तो beta hat xy will also be positive or both will be negative. So this is true. The regression, the square of the coefficient of correlation is called the coefficient of determination. This is clearly plain truth. So which option is false here? Option B is false here, which says that regression coefficient are independent of the change of origin and of scale. Okay? And of scale. Is it clear? Let's see one more question. Let's take it from Econometrics. Okay. Model of regression is used to express variable y as a function of variable x. Which of the following is correct with reference to regression model? Correct. You have to find out the true thing. There is a causal relationship between y and x. No, the relationship is never causal. It can be linear or it can be non-linear. A value of x may be used to estimate a value of y. This is wrong. Should it be wrong? No, this is not wrong, because what is that? Yi equals to beta 1 plus beta 2 xi plus mu I. So you use a value of x to estimate a value of y. Values of x exactly determine values of y? No. The error term also plays a role. So x say you cannot exactly determine. The y can be greater than what you predict. So this is what you estimate, beta 1 plus beta 2 xi. So y can be greater than this value if error term is positive. So suppose karo ki you, with the help of x, you said y will be 5, but error term is -1. So yi kya ho gaya? 4. It is 4. So you are not exactly predicting. There is no causal relationship between y and x. कि कोई relationship ही नहीं होता, ऐसा नहीं है. So option B is only correct. ठीक है? That is only correct. Okay. Now, these are the only type of questions which I wanted to do. Okay, now see. Applying OLS to simultaneous equation result in the parameters being. Because what are simultaneous equation? That's the first thing you need to know. What are simultaneous equations? सबसे पहले हमें वही पता करना है कि simultaneous equations are what? Simultaneous equations are like this. y1i equals to beta 10 plus beta 111 x1i plus alpha 12 y2i plus mu 1i. Now y2i equals to beta 20 plus beta 21 x1i plus alpha 21 y1i plus mu 2i. Now this is a example of simultaneous. Why are these simultaneous? Because y depends on y2, whereas y2 depends on y1. So for getting the value of y2, I need the value of y1, but for y1 also I need value of y2. So these are simultaneous equations. So if I apply OLS to that, तो problem क्या आती है? Because y2 is entering here. अब y2 is related to mu2, error term के साथ related है. So when it goes here, तो because of its presence, mu1 and mu2 correlated हो जाएंगे. So auto correlation की problem हो गई. Right? Explanatory variable can also show you some problem. So simultaneous equation पे we don't apply OLS. OLS can only be applied when you have a recursive model. ठीक है? Recursive, non-recursive होता है इसमें. So recursive model पे you can apply equation by equation, because over there the problem of autocorrelation doesn't exist because of specific assumptions. लेकिन अगर plain simultaneous पे जाओगे, OLS use कर दोगे. There are solutions to OLS. So if you just simply go and apply OLS, you're going to get a problem. What is that problem is they are asking. कि parameters मतलब beta 10, beta 11, beta alpha 12, what will happen to these parameters? What will they be? Inefficient होंगे, whether they be inefficient, whether they be inconsistent or biased, या फिर biased and inconsistent. So the answer is they will be biased as well as inconsistent. So biased matlab कि they will not be equal to their expected value. So if I'm saying expected value, so when I use sample, जब मैं sample use करती हूँ, because if I'm using sample data, तो to regress, when I regress an equation, मुझे beta 1 find करना है, beta 2 find करना है. So when I estimate that, I want its expected value equal to true value. So if this happens, it is unbiased. लेकिन if this doesn't happen, it is biased. अब यहाँ पे auto correlation के कारण the parameters will become biased here. ठीक है, they will biased. और inconsistent मतलब that even if you increase the sample size, they are still not going to be unbiased. ठीक है, so that is why when you apply OLS, the parameters are biased. The parameters are biased and inconsistent. Inconsistent. Okay? So that would be my answer. This would be my answer. Okay? So you can also read this answer here in detail. This is your answer. Applying OLS to simultaneous equation results in the parameters being biased and inconsistent. The OLS method is not appropriate in the simultaneous equation model because explanatory variables are correlated with disturbance term in that equation and that the obtained estimators are inconsistent, hence D is correct. So these are the type of questions which usually appear in your papers of IIT JAM, CUET PG. ये क्वेश्चन ज्यादातर CUET PG और गेट के टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हैं. IIT में भी now we are seeing these questions, so such type of questions. So I think we have done 10-11 number of questions today. So I hope you like this session. I wanted to bring a change little bit. अभी तक we were doing numericals. Today we did more theoretical questions. So your concepts must have also been brushed up today again. I hope you have liked this session. मजा आया होगा आज पढ़ के यहाँ से statistics, econometrics. So I will meet you guys again in day 5. If you wish to get the notification of day 5 of our practice session, please subscribe to our channel. Switch on the bell notification option, and I will be back with day 5 of the practice sessions. So we will solve more questions, we will do more syllabus, we will do more subjects as well. Also, I would like one suggestion from you in the chat box. What do you want me to take up in day 5? We have done mathematical economics. We have dedicated 2 days. We will keep on doing mathematical also. I'm not saying. Statistics and econometrics के और questions भी करेंगे. लेकिन अब next, what should I be taking? Do you want me to, teach any topic? Do you want me to do some questions? What do you want? Tell me. Mathematical economics, stats, econometrics के side से what do you want me to take up next? In day 5. Tell me that. What do you want me to take up? Whatever you say, I will take your suggestions. You can also leave us comment, or you can also let us know. Achha, you can let us know on our number. Okay? Whatever you want us to take up, is number pe you can call us. This is the number on which you can call us. ठीक है? कॉल कर सकते हो, मैसेज कर सकते हो, व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हो, ठीक है? यूट्यूब पे कमेंट कर दो इफ यू विश मी टू टेक सम टॉपिक्स. अभी बता दो चैट में, आई विल टेक अप दैट टॉपिक एज वेल. Anything, whatever you like. I will be waiting for your suggestions and we will go with the flow. Whatever you ask me to take up, I will take that up. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the session a lot. I had a great time teaching you students today. I can see a lot of interactions were seen today. So I really liked it. Please join the day 5 as well, and we will solve more questions together, and we will help you to crack your entrance exams coming in the year 2026. For more material, for more PDFs, for PYQs and other free material, you can download our app. Everything is available for free there, so you can go and download the app. I wish you a great day ahead. Bye bye everyone. Bye.